Before we begin, do consider subscribing to History Vault and, sharing this video. Because what you're about to learn is not some modern restoration trick or, a recycled homesteading tip. It is a medieval solution to wood rot so effective that entire buildings, bridges and ships survived for centuries in wet, hostile environments. And yet today, it has been almost completely abandoned. Wood rot has always been one of humanity's most stubborn enemies. Medieval Europe was built almost entirely from timber, often in regions soaked with rain, fog, snowmelt and marsh water. If rot had been an unsolved problem, medieval towns would have collapsed within decades. Instead, we find cathedral roof beams, harbour pilings and rural homes still standing after 500 years or more. This durability was not accidental. It was, the result of a specific deliberate method that attacked rot at its root cause, rather than, simply masking it with surface coatings. The real reason medieval builders understood rot better than we do today is quite fascinating. Medieval craftsmen did not think of wood as a dead material. Instead, they understood it as something that continued to respond to moisture, temperature and air long after a tree was cut. Rot, in their understanding, did not come from water alone. Rather, it came from trapped moisture, combined with air and microorganisms. Their goal was never to seal wood airtight, but to make it hostile to decay while allowing it to breathe. This perspective is crucial, because most modern wood treatments fail precisely where medieval ones succeeded. Modern paints, varnishes and sealants trap moisture beneath a rigid surface. Once cracked, rot accelerates unseen. So here's how limewashing wood created an environment where rot simply could not survive. The medieval hack at the centre of this story is lime treatment, especially lime washing and lime saturation. Lime, which is derived from limestone and burned at high temperatures, produces what we know as calcium oxide. Now, when you mix calcium oxide with water, it becomes calcium hydroxide, which is an extremely alkaline substance. This high alkalinity is actually lethal to fungi, bacteria and insects that are responsible for wood decay. Medieval builders applied limewash not just to stone walls, but also to wooden beams, planks and structural frames. When brushed onto wood, lime penetrated the surface fibres and, altered their chemical environment. Fungal spores simply could not survive there. A practical example of this method involves untreated wooden beams exposed to damp air, such as in barns or crawl spaces. A traditional lime wash made from slaked lime and water can be brushed directly onto the wood. As it dries, it bonds to the fibres rather than forming a plastic film. The wood remains breathable, yet inhospitable to rot. Why soaking wood in lime water offered long-term protection? In high-risk environments such as bridge supports, docks and ground contact posts, medieval builders went further. Timber was sometimes soaked for extended periods in lime water before installation. This process, you see, allowed alkaline minerals to penetrate deep into the wood, creating a sort of long-lasting resistance to decay. Archaeological evidence from medieval harbour towns, interestingly enough, shows pilings that were lime-treated and then driven into anaerobic mud. The lime, well, it neutralised biological activity in the wood, while the oxygen-poor environment prevented rot from restarting. To apply this today, smaller timbers can be submerged in a lime water solution for days or even weeks before use. This is particularly effective for fence posts, raised garden bed frames, and outdoor structural supports where, moisture exposure is pretty much unavoidable. Why lime-worked wood aged better instead of breaking down? One of the most misunderstood aspects of lime treatment is that it actually strengthens wood over time. As lime reacts with carbon dioxide in the air, it slowly converts back into calcium carbonate, which, by the way, is the same substance found in limestone. This process, known as carbonation, creates a mineral reinforcement within the wood fibres themselves. Instead of softening or sealing the wood, lime treatment gradually hardens it internally, while, still preserving flexibility. This explains why medieval roof beams often remain sound even when, surrounding materials have failed. For restoration projects or traditional construction, this means lime-treated wood does not need frequent reapplication, which is rather convenient, I must say. Interestingly, it improves with age rather than deteriorating. So, why did modern construction abandon this method, even though it was so successful? Well, the decline of lime-treated wood had nothing to do with its performance. Really, it was all about speed and industrialization. You see, lime requires time, patience, and, of course, knowledge. Lime simply cannot be sprayed quickly or mass-produced in sealed containers with long shelf lives. Modern construction, favoured fast-drying synthetic chemicals that offered immediate visual results, even if, long-term durability suffered. There are also regulatory challenges. Lime is caustic in its raw form and requires proper handling. Medieval builders accepted this as part of the craft. Modern systems often prioritize convenience over longevity. Why this medieval method matters for builders, survivalists, and historians today. As interest grows in sustainable building, off-grid living, and historical restoration, lime treatment offers a proven alternative to petroleum-based products. It uses natural materials, works in extreme environments, and aligns with how wood actually behaves over time. For survivalists, it provides a way to preserve structures without relying on industrial supply chains. For historians, it explains how medieval architecture endured. For modern builders, it challenges assumptions about what progress truly means. Subscribe to History Vault and share this video if you believe forgotten knowledge deserves revival. These methods protected wood for centuries, and they still work today. If you want more deep dives into lost technologies that shaped the world we inherited, make sure you are subscribed and help keep this knowledge alive.